everybody. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey. My heterosexual life mate, the Dave.
Hello.
The ever-loving, ever-Robin Hoodin, AJ.
Howdy do.
And an honorary member of the Gentle People Society of Podcasting, the great and powerful Jenna Goodhand.
Hi.
Comparatively, right?
Hi.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, coming into our space and having some fun doing what we do on this ridiculous podcast that is ours. And we're going to talk all things, well, mostly things, Jenna, about what's going on in your life. I've known you a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't use this term lightly, but in my estimation, you're like a real life superhero. All the things you do in your life, you're always trying to crusade and make the world a better place. So I thought, what better way to have a fun day than have you on our podcast?
Oh, that's great. I mean, depending who you talk to,
Sure.
Psychiatrist, Harvey, superhero, deeply disturbed.
Sure. So it's psychosis, whatever.
Deeply
whatever.
disturbed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Takes one to know one.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's very kind.
No worries.
Isn't that why we're all here?
Yeah, well, yeah, really, just to talk about our shit because we're all deeply disturbed.
Did you know that our interaction when we first became friends was actually me and another friend convinced him that we were like his imaginary friends to help him cope with like a hard time in his life?
It was a very hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was hard to believe that the two of us were real.
It was.
But it was like the Harvey show. We were just like the sidekicks of what was going on in your life.
That's true. Yeah. It was like that. Yeah. You guys really helped.
Sounds very familiar.
I'm not trying to be the star. I'm just,
Oh, no, I'm talking about the imaginary part.
Yes. What if this is all just a figment of my imagination?
And finally we
here?
meet.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, right.
His
Like-
imaginary, right?
That's great.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for having fun. Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure.
Right,
Just making sure.
Sure. So let's talk, Jenna, about some of the things that you're into. Recently, you started a coffee business.
I actually bought a coffee business.
Bought it. Sorry. my bad.
Yeah, which is even crazier because I didn't drink coffee until like a month before I bought this company.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Really?
And I can't say I know much more about coffee. So it's been 2 years. So I do know more. But the coffee is a science-based coffee. It was invented by a neuroscientist, biochemist, and immunologist.
Okay.
And it's real coffee infused with herbs. And what the herbs do is they change the way the body metabolizes caffeine.
Wow.
So you actually get the same amount of caffeine absorbed at a slower rate. So you don't get the dips, you don't get the jitters, the anxiousness, and it's really low in acidity. So no heartburn, can drink it black. And it's been quite the ride because I have never had a product-based business, didn't drink coffee. It's just learning everything day to day.
Lead that road to us. How the fuck do you go from never drinking coffee to be like, I'm just gonna buy a business and sell coffee?
I was sitting on the corner. Someone came up to me and said, "Hey, I got a good deal."
Opens the jacket.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Mystery business.
Want to buy a company?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw that Sesame Street episode where, hey, want to buy a company?
I got a company for you.
Yeah.
I got a company in my pocket for you.
It's a start.
Yeah.
So, oh man. Well, like the pandemic, it shook everyone's life up. Before that, I was running a community co-working space, and a lot of my work was actually traveling, training, public speaking. And, people can't gather, you can't travel. What am I going to do?
Right.
And I'd had this little show on Rogers where we interview like local businesses.
Yeah.
And this really wonderful woman came on pitching the business that I bought. We became friends, hiking buddies, and she was selling it during the pandemic. And I thought, this will keep me busy.
Yeah.
I got nothing better to do.
We're all going to die anyway. So if it doesn't work out, I'll be okay. Joke's on me. Now I own a coffee business.
Didn't take me.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy coffee now, please?
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, it's been great, though. We're in about 40 cities in Ontario now.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I was
Holy
looking at that.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places where it's available.
Yeah.
It got me curious. I enjoy coffee in the morning.
Oh, I brought you some.
But I'm usually
What?
I'm usually that guy that doesn't eat anything in the morning. So about half an hour, 45 minutes later, You get the coffee belly. And
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But day after day, you just keep doing it.
Because it only lasts
Just
for
like-
15, 20 minutes. And then
He just stomachs it.
but just once. I only have one coffee a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the 3. Nothing afternoon. I
Right.
cannot, yeah, nope, nothing afternoon.
Oh, I can do
sleep.
that.
Yeah, I cannot.
I can drink a coffee and go right to bed.
I
Nope.
can't either. Fucking
No.
age. I
No.
hate it.
Yeah.
Like, I
I'm
can't.
also one of those annoying guys, and I hopefully don't get hit. You give me freshly ground, you give me old 20-year-old coffee, give me the Insta coffee. It's all the same. It's
Yeah.
caffeine.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same. Yeah. It's like
No.
like my big thing right now is like hazelnut instant coffee, and I'm like, that's doing me fine.
I have to admit, that's one thing I will call out. I personally, are your coffees like flavored and taste? No? Okay, because that
Do they
that
taste
is
like
good.
coffee?
It is
Is it
coffee.
coffee?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Because I guess it's a fair question if it's
Yes.
if it's
Yeah.
blended with.
You don't taste the herbs.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, completely tasteless. The only alteration to the taste is that it's less acidic. So it's more smooth, less bitter.
Well, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that also means, Jenna, you recently had your very first cup of coffee. What was that like?
Yeah. So I did drink coffee when I knew you originally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I gave it up probably around 20 something.
Yeah.
So a nice 15 years in there, no coffee. And, I only tried it because I trusted this woman that it wasn't going to give me the jitters.
Right.
I don't need the jitters. I'm here on planet Earth. This is I'm anxious enough being here. So, I tried it. Was like really surprised. I love the taste of coffee. And I still only drink maybe 1 or 2 cups a day.
Yeah.
Like, there's other things to drink.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Ginger
Whiskey.
ale.
Vodka, ginger ale.
Yeah.
Ginger ale.
That's usually what I follow up my coffee with is vodka and ginger ale.
Oh
That's
yeah.
usually-
Fine.
for sure.
I'll
It's like,
just take the ginger ale.
It's now 10:30 a.m. I better get on that.
Gin and ginger ale.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Ginger
gin
ale.
guy. Yeah, I'm not a gin
No.
guy.
No, gin's
No,
gross.
no.
That's too bad.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
I'm not a
Anyways.
gin guy.
It's unfortunate for both of you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's a
You,
hard
you
life.
have your opinions, but they're wrong.
it's unfortunate for you that you have to drink something that tastes like battery
I
acid.
don't
Whatever.
have to.
Well, okay, choose.
have to drink
Okay, then
anything.
you choose to.
That's right. I choose to drink battery acid.
Right up the
And I
battery.
will give Ryan Reynolds my money to do so. Thank you very much.
There it is.
And I will follow it up by giving Dwayne Johnson some
That's
money.
right,
Thank you
that's
very
right.
much.
Yeah, all the celebrity
There you
endorsed
go.
boozes. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good now.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyways,
back to coffee.
back to coffee.
What herbs are they mixed with?
Yeah. Yerba mate.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. Cleavers and hyssop. So the other two, most people haven't heard of. Scientists figured it out.
Yeah, they're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleavers and hissops.
Yeah. So
I feel like I've heard of hyssops before for some reason. My wife's
Hissops.
into like witchy herbology
Kinda sounds like hops,
stuff,
though.
right? So
Yeah.
no, seriously, I bought her a book that it's all like herbs and their magical properties and
Oh,
whatnot.
okay.
She's into that kind of stuff, right? So I feel like I've heard of that or seen it
It's-
in one of her
yeah.
books, but the cleavers one is
it's really
That sounds
good
dangerous.
for your immune system.
okay.
Yeah, they've got their own health benefits, but you can only pitch so many benefits about a product before people are like,
Yeah. This
Yeah.
will do
Snake oil, you
everything.
say.
yes,
Do
yeah.
they use hissops? Oh man, I'm gonna sound like an idiot. But
Hissops.
hissops. Did they use hissops in beer? No, I don't know if they.
No, that's hot.
Only in
Yeah, okay.
only in Jay-Z's beer.
No.
He uses hissops.
Hissops.
And
Those are
bizarrely-
just the hops. Maybe hissops are the chemical versions of hops.
Maybe I don't know.
I
would
wish
have
we
to-
would go to something else.
You'd have to look.
My science knowledge is like, I gave it to you. That's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah,
Well, no,
it's funny.
let's berate Jenna
Yeah.
about her science knowledge for the next 20 minutes. Let's
Yeah,
see how much we
yeah.
can get out of her. Like, how did you get into 40 cities? Like, what's that
Yeah.
process look like? So first off, for our 20s of fans out there, the company's called Cavezia. Cavezia, my apologies.
Yeah.
Cavezia.
Yeah.
It's very cute and Italian-y.
You say it
That's
like
what I-
that.
Yeah, I know.
It's part of
It,
the
it
accent.
means it translates to coffee for your aunt because ants are very special. It's the kind of coffee you would give to your aunt.
Yeah.
I didn't come up with the name.
They live on a farm and they
Yeah.
do things.
Right?
Oh, wrong ant. Sorry.
I was thinking, yeah, because if you gave regular coffee to those little ants, they'd just be zooming all over the place. So you make a coffee that you can give to the little ants. They can
here
get
we
some
go.
work done.
That's right. Yeah.
But they're not all like
That's right.
freaking out.
That's right. They
man.
can work all day. They don't got the crash. But they're like, all
Yeah.
right, done with this anthill. Okay.
Completely
I think I'll
ignoring
go for a
the
nap.
ants thing for a moment. Where do you make the coffee?
Here in London.
Oh, nice.
So
Really?
it's from Peru and Honduras. It's organic, fair trade.
Oh, nice.
It's roasted here in London, and then we do the herbal adage
The magic.
in our own little
Oh,
space.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's packaged here.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So getting into different cities, I mean, I have to give credit to Natalie, who had the company before me, because she
Yeah.
really established London. I hired someone originally to do it because I was like, how do I do this? Love her if she ever sees this, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So I got in my car and I was like, I got to figure this out. So I begged. I went city to city and I begged people to take me.
Okay.
Old
All right.
school.
Yeah.
There you
Old
go.
school
Yeah.
traveling
Yeah,
salesperson
just
kind of.
I need someone to give me a chance. Will you be that person to give me a chance?
You know what's funny? I completely believe you because I get to hear stories from Shay and my
Yeah.
better half
Okay, yeah.
on
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Just give-
Please,
yeah.
sir, let me put my coffee in your store. I
Yeah.
just need a little coffee in your store, please.
I was
Right?
thinking like 1950s traveling salesperson. Like,
Uh.
hey, look what I got for you. Get some coffee for you today. Hey, it's really good. Just give me the jitter.
put
It's
the
not like
roll.
me, okay?
Put the little coffee in your store.
But not too much fat.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'll try
Yeah.
that next time. Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
from-
And so, I just sort of said, give us a chance. If it doesn't work out, I'll give you your money back. And then you work hard on making sure that.
That actually
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Did not cash in on the minute.
So check in with me in year 3. See how it's going.
Ooh, sorry, spent all that money already. Enjoy the coffee.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
Right on. And so, what's next for your business? What do you want to do?
Yeah, so it's building a team.
Yeah.
I've really maxed out sort of what I can do on my own. So it's hiring people to help with the back end stuff so I can do the begging stuff.
Yeah.
I seem to be good at that. So yeah.
Do you have an advertising campaign or anything like that?
A lot of the stuff has been really just throwing stuff at the wall.
Yeah.
What's really worked for us is actually sampling it because people are hesitant to buy something that might taste like dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Right?
great,
Sure.
yeah.
Fair.
So
lot of coffee does.
Yeah.
Or grass. If
Yeah.
they're thinking there's like other
Yeah.
herbal mixture to it, right? And
Yeah.
it tastes like very earthy and grassy.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Cool.
There are a lot of coffees out there now that have like mushrooms in it or other herbs, and they do taste like mushrooms or other herbs.
Right.
And so, our marketing online doesn't really translate. It's getting it into people's mouths so that they can taste like, oh, it is good, and then
Right.
they buy it. So
Yeah, I understand that entirely.
yeah.
Yeah. Tell us more, Dave. I
Yeah,
understand that.
It's very important that they have to understand the
Yeah.
textures, the tastes, everything that goes along with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Try
Yeah.
it with milk.
I'm not really a milk guy. I like my
Okay, all
coffee
right.
black.
Oh my God, it's twitching.
Yeah. We're trying to bring coffee back to black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way it should be.
For
No,
sure.
no,
Yeah.
no matter the variety in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
No milk, no sugar.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why ruin a perfectly good coffee?
Yeah, no. I used to
I've
be
had
that
very-
way.
I've had very few coffees that I've enjoyed au naturel.
That's like pretty much how I only enjoy coffee. Like Dave, it's all black.
Yeah.
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 Last time I had coffee with you, you put butter in that shit.
Oh, there was time. Yeah, I was doing the bulletproof coffees. Yeah, but now I just do MCT oil, but it doesn't taste like anything.
No.
It's just for the brain.
So the elevated version of that bullet coffee is putting sea moss gel.
What?
Yeah. So Granny P, it's a local company. My friend Mystery runs it. She makes this sea moss gel. Tastes like nothing. You can put it in like anything, but it's got like, 26 plus nutrients in it.
Oh wow.
Dang.
Yeah, good fats and stuff.
Sea moss gel.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try
go
that
check
shit
that
out. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I just want my brain to work better.
Yeah.
That's all.
I don't know if there's a
Brain
difference.
work better. Brain work. Good. Speak things. Podcast. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Anyways.
I like that one. That was a swing and a miss on that. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cafetia.
Yeah. So I mean, the mission is to be like the wellness coffee of the world.
Oh yeah.
Starting with Ontario, really dominating Ontario, and then moving into a couple of the states like California, states that are really open to
That will
wellness.
Okay,
definitely
yeah.
take on
Yeah.
that business.
California,
Yeah.
Colorado.
Yep.
Oh, Seattle might be hard.
Do you have competition out there? I don't think I've ever heard of like a wellness coffee.
No, there's probably about 12 of them now.
Oh, okay.
Mostly in the States and mostly mushroom based.
Yeah, there's
okay.
that one that always pops up on the TikTokies. Mud water.
Mudwater,
Yeah.
Four Sigmatic. Those are kind of our.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did see a Mudwater
Yeah.
ad one time. They
I
suck.
was gonna say I was always curious. I was just, like, I'm not a mushroom. I don't like mushrooms, so I wouldn't. I feel like it would taste like drinking
I have a question,
dirt.
and I
Literally,
probably
like,
know the answer. Are they mushrooms in the sense of like,
Not the happy mushroom.
Okay, not-
psilocybin?
No.
No,
No.
no.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'd give that.
I would
happy
drink
mu-
that.
I'd choke it down. I would choke it down if that were the case, but it's not.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not.
I was just curious because I
It's
have
like,
admit I've never
uh,
had a happy mushroom coffee.
What is it? Lion's mane
Yeah.
mushroom, I think it is. Something like that.
Okay,
That sounds
Yeah.
right.
I was just curious. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah, that would be interesting. I've had tea.
Oh yeah, I've done the
Oh,
tea.
Not
yeah.
a coffee.
Yeah, I've done the tea
Mushroom
many
coffee.
times. Yeah. And
Shit tastes fine.
chocolate bars.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the chocolate bars.
He's eating one right now.
Yeah, we have video proof that he's not.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on video.
Lies.
Sad
So-
face.
Yeah.
Just hold your hand like this for a second.
Yeah. we'll edit in a chocolate bar full of mushrooms.
Just like edit it in.
Chocolate
That's right.
bar.
Yeah, we have made that joke a few times, I know, but yeah, we should do the episode with us eating the chocolate bar and then an hour later podcasting.
Agreed. Yeah, we should definitely do that. What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely.
Click, click, start.
Yeah.
Just make sure I have enough room on my hard drive to have like a 25 gigabyte,
Yeah.
File?
Session- yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
because that's gonna be like 5 hours.
Of course. We're going to lose track of everything.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
And again, like I said, it was that that South Park episode. We're gonna listen to it back, and it's just gonna be us and drew a bunch of circles.
And then silence for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
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 Shit like that.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
That's going to
Yep.
be pretty
All
much. Anyways, enough about shrooms.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Stay tuned
So
for that
back
episode.
to what we were talking about. So based on your plans for the future, as you're going to try to keep and grow the business.
Yeah. Like, depending on how long I get
Yeah.
on this planet, I'd like to have a number of different businesses that kind of are able to run themselves. So getting this one to a place where I can maybe be on the board or just pop in with my ideas and everything else
Yeah.
kind of takes over. So
Yeah.
Are you in any like, or is anybody serving the coffee in coffee shops?
yeah, so that's been sort of like a natural, organic thing. Nothing that we've worked hard at yet.
Okay.
But we're in the Tea Lounge here in London. We're also at a new, really funky place called Central Station in St. Thomas.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I heard of that place.
And in Stratford, we're at Birch and Wynn. And I feel awful if I forget.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'll say, yeah.
Yeah.
You had to go and ask them. So.
Just move your mouth, and we'll edit
We'll
something
fill
in
in.
after.
Yeah.
Red Roaster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cute.
They were
Tim
fun
Hortons. No, not Tim Hortons. No.
No.
By the way, Tim Hortons is not a sponsor, and they
We
never
don't-
will
we
be.
don't
So
want
we
them.
don't
No.
want them
No.
here. No, we don't
No.
want them. No.
No.
They're good for washrooms if you need them.
That's
now.
true. That's yeah.
Yeah.
They become the
When you're on the
national-
road and you're like,
Yeah.
where do I go?
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's fair.
Which
They're
made me
always there.
think. So Tim Hortons is like the national washroom of Canada. Is Starbucks the national washroom of like the States? Do the people treat Starbucks?
Dunkin'
that way?
Donuts?
Oh, maybe Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
maybe the national or the state washroom of Seattle.
yeah.
That would be where it all
interesting.
started, right?
It's true because they don't let people that don't look like Starbucks employees in the washroom.
No?
Or customers.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean? Like,
So you have to go in and use the Wi-Fi.
yeah, you can't use the washroom unless you know how to use the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I think that's a requirement.
Unless you have a device,
Yeah, that's
they
right.
can hook up to the Wi-Fi.
That's right.
Can't use the washroom.
If you come in with like 19 different bags and 7 layers of clothing, they're like, no, sorry, we can't let you use the washroom.
No.
You clearly
Tim
not-
Hortons all the way.
You're clearly not Starbucks material.
No.
Yeah, they got to go across the street to Tim Hortons.
Yeah. So it's a whole Pretty Woman scenario.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's
exactly what it is. You have to buzz to get in.
Just to go pee. Just to go pee. Like, I just gotta go pee.
And then you have to get past the security guard to get to the
That's
barista.
right. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. It's just not worth it. You know what? Starbucks is not a sponsor.
You
either.
warned her, right?
Yeah, she knows. She knows. She knows what we're
I
doing.
feel bad because we're over here just out. You warned
Even
her,
I'm
okay.
just sitting here going, yeah, they'll stop eventually. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I'm just like making a list in my head of,
Things you need to do tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like my life.
It is sarcastic distractions. It's
It is
kind of
true.
the title, so you know.
true.
Anyways. So you have your coffee in a number of different spots for sale, in for home use, but also in restaurants, or I don't call them cafes. Do you have any shows coming up that you're featuring it at, or any
Yeah, that's like a huge part of our strategy is markets where people are planning to go buy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's a good call out.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Gotta give
I
me a
love
nod.
Yeah. We've done like pop-ups in our stores, but some of these stores are like health food stores. They might get, 20 people a day.
Yeah.
But if you do like a mom's market, right? Or like
Yeah.
we're doing the All About Women show coming up, like
Oh,
those,
right on.
they're just going to buy things.
Yeah.
And that's where you can really, get exposure over a number of different cities as well in one place if you do it in like Toronto or something like that.
For sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
What's been the feedback?
Yeah, people love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changes their life. We get messages like every day from people who are like, this is the only coffee I can drink.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't drink coffee. Yeah, we've had people say it's like help their partners with like stamina issues, digestive
Hey,
issues.
hey.
Yeah,
we could- No? All right, okay, moving
You
on.
could use your work under stamina.
You could.
We know this.
Yeah.
AJ and I are aware of this.
I need to
Skate-
run
skateboarding.
for longer. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, my bike.
Drumming.
That's right.
More stamina when I'm
Stamina,
drumming.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feeling biking.
Yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
See,
You
and
had
this
a
is
lot
why it's in so many places because I'm sold.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Once people
You're a good
try it,
salesperson.
it really is like a different coffee experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad I haven't tried it.
Well,
'cause
I've
I
got
think-
some. I've got some
Oh,
here for you.
fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic. But I know when we hooked up, what was it, like August?
Careful with your language.
When we got together. Whatever.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Anyways.
You can have that one.
Oh, thank you, thank
When
you.
we hooked up, yeah.
We got together. I was like, oh, I didn't even know this existed. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think you were just in the throes of it then.
Mm-hmm.
You were just right in the middle of dealing with, hey, what
Yeah.
am I going to do with this one?
Changes,
Yeah.
learnings, doings. What?
Yeah. So, okay, well, now you have another show.
Mm-hmm.
You have a podcast
Mm.
called We Are All Dying.
We are all dying.
In case you don't know what that's about, it's about dying.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a thing. I had a chance to listen to it, and it's heavy. It's like that.
What episode did you listen to?
The two-parter with
Oh, with Yoda.
With Yoda, yeah.
That is a heavy one.
Yeah. But like what I very much appreciated was the ability to navigate those waters without any sort of with vulnerability is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was something special. I've not heard a podcast that does that. Usually people glorify death or they try to treat it in some sort
Mm-hmm.
of magical sense. I was like, oh, wow, this is a very earnest and honest discussion
Mm.
on what people go through when they lose people.
I appreciate that
Yeah,
feedback.
no worries. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a really unique episode, and I got it because she's my best friend, and I was like, will you talk to me about this? If nobody else will.
Yeah.
So it was very personal.
Yeah.
But, yesterday I talked to a funeral director. I talked to like an anthropologist. So the idea is really like, let's start talking about death because we really don't, especially in North America. It's really taboo. Don't want to bring people down, but like we are all dying. And who wants to be caught off guard?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's like, oh no.
Right?
All of
Like
a
it's the
sudden, but it
ultimate
really
planning.
wasn't.
It's like, yeah. And it's like, we all at this point, I don't know your ages, but once you get into your like 30s and 40s, we
I'm
all know.
22.
I'm
Okay.
24.
Yeah.
So maybe you haven't
19.
We're
experienced
not there yet.
is you guys really should start drinking this coffee.
Okay.
People die like
Yeah.
unexpected deaths, not from illness, not from old age, but something unfortunate happened and they didn't have plans for what they wanted to do with their things. That there's just a lot of stuff that we don't do before we die.
Right.
So there's a couple things, like me from another life as well, where I coaching was a big part of my life. Life coaching,
Yeah.
public speaking, motivational speaking. And that was all about like maximizing your life. And like thinking about our death really like elevates that element of like, you're going to die.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
you better get your stuff done that you want to do because you do not get forever.
Right.
Nobody gets to know when that is. And so, yeah, it's just conversations to get people talking.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I've always been passionate about this. Like, I know that sounds kind of weird, but since I was, I don't know,
Well, I was
like,
gonna say that Dave kind of squishes himself into the corner a little bit.
not murder.
Well, I was gonna say there's
Yeah.
there's a morbid view and
Yeah,
then there's
and
a
that's-
logical
And that's
view
the
of it,
barrier.
right?
The barrier
Yeah.
is people see, if you want to talk about death, that there's something morbid about you. But like, I don't I don't have a fantasy about death. I don't like, it's not like,
Yeah.
I die.
yeah,
Oh,
it's not like I'm like, death. It's
This-
like,
It's like I watch. You might watch it too. Mythical Kitchen
Sometimes
on the YouTube's
not,
there.
yeah.
He does a show called Last Meals,
Right.
where he'll have a
Ooh.
celebrity, and they'll choose their last meal.
Oh,
and
I
throughout
love
the whole
this.
thing, they'll talk about death or what it is to them or what they think.
I gotta
yada
find
yada
that.
yada. And yeah, it's really interesting because he does bring more of a lighthearted view. They joke around about it, and
Yeah.
it kind of gets a little dark sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
funny dark, right?
Yeah.
It's good. It's Mythical Kitchen.
Yeah, I'm gonna
The
check
same
that out.
guys who do like Rhett and Link, those guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good Mythical Morning.
yeah. Not a sponsor.
No, it's not. But they can be.
Of course.
If they want it, we can be a part of the GMM network.
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't mind
Mythical
that.
Entertainment.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's great. It's really interesting. He had Tom Hanks on once, and that
Cool.
was quite interesting. Ben Schwartz was on.
Yeah, he just
not
recently
too
did
long
it.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like the same sort of idea to bring, like you're saying, it into a normal conversation,
Right.
normalizing the concept of it as
Yeah.
opposed to like, shh, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
No,
Like
that doesn't happen. We know what happens, but no.
it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And I think it's, part of it's just we aren't comfortable with our feelings around
Sure.
it. And accepting it. But, I've seen a lot of people, someone really important to them dies. They're given a few days to be upset about it. And then it's kind of like, let's move on now. Like, we don't want to talk about it. This is upsetting and sad. And I think that actually keeps people stuck
Yeah.
in their grief and they can't create healthy outcomes from it. So, we talk about how people honor people who have died, whether that's like wearing their clothes or like getting a tattoo or like going to a certain place once a month or something.
Yeah.
And how we keep these people alive. And that I've already begun to see can be something useful to people because I think it's like we feel so lost sometimes when we lose someone special. And if we don't talk to other people, we don't get to know what do you do? Like you
Yeah.
lost, a parent or a sibling or a partner. How are you living?
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it feels like part of our identity dies when someone dies.
Sure. Yeah.
And so it's a little bit about our own death, but it's also, that one we don't really experience.
Right. Wow.
Right?
Ideally,
know of.
ideally.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending.
Yeah.
But we will experience the death of everyone we know. And
Yes,
and there was this moment where I realized every person I know, there will be a time where it's the last time we see each other. Like, Harvey, either you
Yep.
will die or I will die.
Well, it's not me.
No, it's definitely me.
definitely- yeah,
it's definitely me.
definitely.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure, yeah.
It's
I
for
call
sure me.
first out of my family.
Yeah.
I'm first out.
To be fair,
Hey,
not-
you're cheating.
I'm
not
not
a start,
cheating.
man. Like
I just nope. I'm first out. Everybody else can learn how to deal. No, I'll
that's
pass.
true. It's like, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to
Yeah.
deal with the loss. Yeah.
And so, like, for people who know hundreds of people or thousands of people, you probably
Yeah.
will not see everyone again.
That's true.
There's just not enough coffee
yeah, of
dates.
course
There's
not.
just not
Yeah.
enough time.
yeah.
So just to think about that every day and like who do you want to see again
Right.
and how do you make these moments more meaningful? Are there things you want to burn and hide before you die because you don't want
Yeah.
people to discover them? Like we talk about literally all the things that come up in people's concerns about death. And
I actually do the other side. I purposely hide embarrassing things because
I love it.
my life is really boring. I'm like, I want it to be that when I die, people
That's
are like,
great.
"Holy shit, Dave actually did that."
Dave, that's
I
really
didn't.
cool.
I
He's
didn't,
got
but
really sequence.
I like that.
I was going to say Polaroids of himself and such things, and his
Yeah.
wife's going to find him. Like,
That's right.
what the fuck? I knew
That's
it.
that's like leaving gifts for people. That's
Exactly.
I really like that.
I'm gonna do random codes that is just me writing random shapes and stuff, and just put, "I hope you get the message." At the
Oh,
very
that's
the bottom.
so good.
Hello,
You
Neo.
should. Hello, Neo. I see you've made it this far.
That's good.
Welcome to OT9.
Yeah.
If you're reading this means I'm no longer here. Your adventure's about to begin.
Good.
No, that's great. I think also what you're doing is you're exposing an element of life that we don't typically talk about, and that is when we're away from others, right? Everybody talks about, oh, this is my best friend or whatever. But the reality is there's only so much time in the day.
Yeah.
And we're all choosing how to spend it, whether we're doing it consciously or subconsciously.
Yeah.
And it's important to think about that. And I think talking about death, because I think the interesting thing about death in society is the fact of how quickly we just move on.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So if someone significant dies, generally the immediate family will grieve that, and it has its ripple effects. But everyone just chugs along, right?
Yeah.
Whatever they're
Yeah.
doing, you know. And it's interesting because if we took the time to process the loss, who knows where we'd be? Maybe a bit healthier.
I might be wrong on this one, but I a little bit disagree with you.
Oh, don't fucking do that.
I'll just say there's no wrong way to death. So
That's true. You
Yeah.
can whatever,
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
you can disagree.
Yeah, because to me, again, if it's somebody, you know, and I mean this nicely, aunt, uncle, you know, somebody that you are aware of, I'm sad to see them go, especially if it's unexpected. That has happened, unfortunately. One unexpected, one expected. And, you know, you be there for the day, you celebrate, you have good memories, but it will always be simpler for me. Their aunt, uncle.
Right.
Versus my cousins who are directly related to their children. Yes, they were more in their life. So to me, they are going to have more to deal with.
Well, then I think you've said it right there. It depends on their position in your life.
Yes, that's more
Like,
whereas,
whereas,
yeah.
like, I'll give you an example. My grandfather, my dad's dad, I didn't cry. I was can't even say I was sad, and it was also situational. He had Alzheimer's. He was living in a
Right,
home.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like 90 or something like that. So it was like good. Like you get to
You're free.
But then versus my aunt, who was like my musical mentor, who got me into the thing that I do today.
you have a better description of what I was attempting
it's
to describe.
almost like losing
It's the relationship.
my mom.
Yeah, how
at the
close
same
you
time,
are.
right? So
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't read between.
Yeah. I meant more just that, your relationship, direct relationship with that
But
person.
you're not wrong because like other aunts or uncles or like you're saying, like, because again, my dad's side I'm not as close with. So if I hear my uncle so and so passed away, it's like, oh, that's sorry, man. Like your family passed away. I didn't know those.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer for you, but
no, it's the
I'm not
you have
I
that
just don't
moment.
care.
yeah.
Well, some of us don't care. Yeah, it's just your boat is. How's your boat doing? Anything I can do for you? But
Yeah.
otherwise, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
it is
I think
interesting.
it's like we are the central character in our life.
Right.
Mhm.
And so your aunt who influenced you musically, when she's gone, that's a part of you gone,
exactly
right?
Exactly.
So it's like you can't continue that dynamic that nurtured you.
Mhm.
And death really shows us like who we are, who we've become, who we were made up of.
And to your point, to continue doing that is
Yeah.
to honor
Yes.
a memory,
Yes.
or right? Because
Yeah.
it's we wouldn't be sitting here right now probably if
Yeah.
it weren't for that woman.
Yeah.
right?
She played a pivotal role in, like, I guess all of our lives in that regard
Yeah.
because you.
Yeah, if I didn't play
Studio.
music, I wouldn't want a
Exactly.
studio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Probably, so.
that legacy element, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not knowing like how you influence people's lives is also really fascinating. And yeah,
Yeah. Death really illuminates how we are all connected.
I like
Pay
to
attention to it.
I think we've talked about this before. I like to think of it like, you have that mourning period, but it's more of and it's probably a terrible relation, but I think about like Toby, my old dog,
yeah.
right? Like I have a picture of him on the fridge, and it's never like, oh, it's more like, hey, I remember that guy, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Yep.
oh, I remember him playing around in the backyard with flipping around with, that kind of stuff. I'd rather remember that than like,
Sure.
obviously I'm going to remember the days that led up or the day that he
Yeah.
had to go, but it's not worth expelling my energy.
It depends.
Really?
I think there are cases where especially unexpected. Those are the hard ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah. If a person leaves unexpectedly,
Those are
Those
definitely,
are- yeah.
like, again, I knew Toby was old, man.
Yeah.
Dude was 18 years old. Like,
Yeah.
it was like,
yeah,
he was tapping the clock himself kind of thing, right? So it was like,
let me go.
again, it was another situation like
Yeah.
my dad's dad. It was like, okay, it's your time, man.
Yeah,
it's,
fair.
You,
Okay,
owe,
you got
you
it.
owe me nothing.
Yeah.
It's time to go. But yeah, if he'd run out the door when I got him, 2 years after I got him and got hit by a car,
Yes,
that would suck really bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be terrible, right?
It's
Yeah.
very different.
It's the
timeline.
level of, without getting too personal, tragedy.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you make a really interesting point, which is like what would have been left that you lost. So the unexpected death is not usually someone in their 90s.
Right.
It's usually someone younger or a dog you just got, and it's like all the things you're actually imagining the losses that you never got.
You're
Yeah.
experiencing.
Yeah.
You're experiencing FOMO. literal FOMO, right?
Yeah.
Fear of missing. Yeah, yeah, I get you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you just replay it back in your head and like, oh yeah, that's well, that's sad.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not meant to be a downer. It's meant to
welcome
just.
to Sarcastic Distractions.
Remember at the beginning when I was like, "Hi," and now I'm like,
I think we did recently did an episode of what we would do kind of with our last 48 hours sort of thing.
Ooh,
Right?
yeah.
I don't know if we went this deep though.
No.
Which, I mean,
I think we all just said hookers and blow. I think
Yeah,
that's what
pretty
it was.
much.
Yeah,
that's
Alcohol too.
Alcohol too, yeah. For sure.
But what about like 1 month? Because
Yeah,
the
that's
ex-
harder.
1 month of hookers and blow,
Well, I mean, we go through a lot of hookers and blow.
maybe and meth.
Okay,
yeah, I
we're
gotta
good.
switch it up.
To
But
get to death in a month, for sure, Beth. Yeah.
Death with meth.
but if you take the timeline and you push it out, it changes your answer drastically.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Which puts us where we are today, which is we don't know our timeline, and so
Right.
we kind of just live day to day with not a lot of emphasis on this could be the last day, and you can't really live like, oh my god,
Well,
I might die right now, because
Yeah.
like the state of
There's always
anxiety
two sides.
would just be like crippling, right?
Yeah.
And like you do some really messed up stuff.
Yeah.
7 stages constantly.
Buy a coffee company, start a death podcast. Yeah.
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 That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Putting
But-
a month out.
But it's interesting because like I said, I've been fascinated with talking about this for a very long, like decades. And everyone was kind of like, please don't. Like in university, I
Really?
started planning.
Really?
Yeah, I started planning my funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I was just like, I want goodie bags. I want to be like cremated and like everyone gets a vial of me. Like I just,
Yes.
I was just
That's me
like,
too. I want to direct my own funeral. Fuck anybody else.
Right?
Oh, you know.
You, sir, are going to be late to your own funeral.
Oh, hopefully. Fashionably late.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
At
nobody
least
knows you
50
better than you know yourself and the kind of party you want to have.
Right.
And I just remember people were like, I don't think that's healthy. But I was like, this is great. So, flash forward, pandemic, everyone's talking about death. So I just kind of squeeze in there. Like the time is right for this.
Natural.
Yeah. And actually people love it. People are really excited about this, which makes it feel more purposeful.
For sure.
I would have these conversations regardless if anyone
Right.
listens, probably like yourselves.
Absolutely.
Right? Like this is fun.
Yeah.
It's great.
I feel like it's more of a healthy fascination coming from what you're saying as
Yeah.
opposed to like death, right? Like
Yeah.
doom and gloom and black and
Yeah. I mean, I do want to interview some of those people because I'm really
yeah.
curious about
like
that.
the gothy kind
Yeah,
of
like where's or like satanic rituals, that sort of thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
curious. But no, it's really about the life side of things and what people learn being in a position like, a funeral director. Like obviously your life would be so different
That would
if every
be
day.
I could never
Interesting.
be at the funeral.
Like, how
Yeah.
could you charge so much for a funeral? Those people are grieving, and you're charging them tens of thousands. How could you do
Wait
that?
till this woman I interviewed. She started her own business because she couldn't believe there's like salespeople that come into these moments where you're picking things out and they're trying to like upsell you to like your own funeral and like
Yeah.
that's just I had no idea
I-
and it's awful.
Yep.
I just got a quick anecdote on that.
Yeah.
So my wife, fantastic singer, she has sang at a couple of funerals for her family members. Unfortunately, they had untimely deaths. And the funeral director decided to sneak on and be like, hey, you sound like a good singer there. Did you want to maybe, I don't know, sing at other funerals as a business arrangement? I'm like, I don't know if this is the time to be asking such questions. You know?
definitely not the time. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, at least. you know,
Every
But I mean,
Quest somewhat
an
makes sense.
email afterwards.
Yeah.
would have been fitting. Like,
so sorry for your loss, but
Yeah.
we really need a good
Right?
singer. You know?
Yeah.
I worked for a guy who on the side sold headstones,
Okay.
and I found out that the markup on those are 500%.
Wow.
Wow.
It's flipping ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Put me in a fucking plastic bag with some popsicle sticks with my name on it.
Well, why the popsicle sticks?
Fix it up every couple of years so you can remember where the fuck I am.
Oh, okay. Do you want them in the shape of a cross?
Have you told your wife this is what you want?
I've actually, I'll be
Yeah,
honest, I have been quite elaborate about it. If it's
Good.
possible, I want my drum set to be my coffin. I want to be be cremated and put inside,
Yep.
and
That
then
is
use that
Definitely
as my
possible.
coffin.
We can
Yeah.
definitely do that for you.
There are companies that do that.
For
I've seen
$5,000,
people
right?
Put
See,
in.
that's what I'm trying to avoid, right? Is the for $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
be expensive for that style.
Yeah, because I
Not
mean,
if we do it.
Oh, that's fair. Because I have to admit,
There are laws.
I've always said,
right.
I've
Can
always said,
you dig a hole in your backyard and put a ashed person?
yes.
Not a body
Don't
person.
tell anyone.
Don't
Yes.
tell. Yeah. If you own the property, don't tell anybody.
But a body
yes,
person would be different because
you can't do a body.
with the sniffy dogs and the
yeah, you shouldn't do a body.
the digging groundhogs and such.
I've already figured out my 3. I have to admit. The first one is, hey, if they can use my body for some form of science, go
Sure.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
The second
give
thing, which is I can't remember the state. Shin actually told me about this, where they actually use your body as a fertilizer.
Right.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
It's happening in
I
this
love that.
one of the states. If not
Circle of
more.
life idea kind of thing.
It's that idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
They basically designate an area and it's set aside.
Terramation, I think
Yeah,
it's
I
called.
think-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chan's more the excellent. I just that one though. I got to give
Jenna
credit.
too, apparently.
I would do it. That hey, throw it in there. The last one is put me in a box after you've unfortunately had to burn my body, and then put me somewhere. I don't really.
Oh yeah,
care where.
do like the cheapest possible thing.
Oh yeah,
for
no,
me.
literally, it's
That's
put
what
it
I
in
want,
the
yeah.
Ziploc bag, go home, and then just dump it in the grass.
or something. Yeah, whatever you want to do with it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have to admit, for me, and we've talked about this already, it's just one of those. I'm gone. Do whatever you. It's unfortunate that I leave this beautifulness that will
Sure.
decay.
Be
If
sad.
I didn't decay, then you can keep me around. Put me on a statue.
Yeah.
Everybody can bow. All the
Sure.
normal stuff.
What? So you would be okay if, let's say, they use your dead body as a cadaver in one of those human body exhibits where they
Sure.
cut all
Shit,
of your
yeah.
body. Yeah, yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
for
be
sure, yeah.
sick.
The anatomy of a drummer.
I'd make
you with
sure-
a cigarette in
because-
your mouth.
Because then you're immortalized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you're essentially you can be thought of as honored,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
And you're giving
Spliced open.
back to.
Well, that's more where I'd
A
be
kind of-
happy. In that sense of you're useful.
Yeah.
yeah, you're
I'm
still
still-
useful.
Yeah. And being a statue, you still be useful.
I mean, for
Yeah.
once you're useful.
Hey, I finally did it.
Yeah. It only took your entire life. Your entire life, but here I am being useful. A little
But yeah,
teapot.
no, that would I'm all for any benefit to
Oh yeah,
medicine,
some sort of
or
value.
research to such
Mm-hmm.
things.
Does seem kind of a waste just to dump people in a box and leave them in the ground. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It just
Yeah.
seem like
Yeah.
it's just
It's
What?
really bad. So,
Waste of money.
all of the chemicals that are
That
used
part,
are
yeah.
so
Oh,
bad
yeah.
for the planet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even doubt the chemicals, obviously, that you're embalmed with and whatnot.
Yeah.
The chemicals that are used to create the coffin itself,
Oh yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Such
Well, I know
like
you
that,
can
'cause,
get
veneers and-
there's still
varnishes.
technically wood, but recycled wood or something.
Yeah.
I
So,
remember seeing
and I
that.
I know more about BC and their laws around burial than I do Ontario at this point.
It's interesting.
But yeah,
So
you can
weird.
have green burials in BC where you'll be
Okay.
put in a pine box, and there's certain cemeteries that will accept them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's it has to be like away from the city.
Yes.
Run
But
away.
Can't
yeah.
be right downtown
And
Vancouver.
I found out that you can ship your body somewhere else. So if you do want to be compost and it's not done in where you live, you can have your body shipped
Oh.
somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So family
Okay.
vacation, let's take.
I'm gonna say I almost would like that. That'd be kind of
Yeah,
funny.
like go to California with the family and like come back with some compost.
Well, I guess that's it. Do they trade you compost? You drop the body.
Happiest, saddest bride ever.
They have like one of those like cameras like taking your photo on the ride, but it's like so yeah, it's actually a process that takes many days.
Okay.
So I don't know. It depends how long your family wants to wait.
And the company can be found at soylentgreen.com.
Soylent. Nice call.
Yeah,
Nicely
that's
done.
great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's fun.
So really, I mean, it's a whole industry, and
Yeah.
it's always changing. Like humans are always changing, right? The longer we're
Oh.
here, the more we come up with different ideas to do things,
Do
and
if we have her.
yeah,
I have no problem with capitalism, but fair
Mm.
capitalism. Because again, the markups and all this kind of, especially
Yeah.
for like, I'll give you weddings, like
Sure.
marking up a dress to $900 quadrillion and it was made for 3 cents. But when it's this end of it,
Yeah.
it's just ruthless. Like
Yeah.
how you almost want to say, how would you feel
yeah,
if your family or people that you knew got taken,
Yeah.
like for a ride and
Yeah.
$5,000 this and $20,000 later, just to put you in the ground,
Well,
Mister
And that's why you need to talk about it. Because if you talk about
There it
it,
is.
you're not in an emotional moment where you just lost someone and they're throwing all the stuff at you and you're like, fine, I don't know what they would want. If you tell people what you want, I just want a Ziploc bag, popsicle sticks, then when the time comes, they don't get caught up in that stuff to try and give you the best going away party.
It's more of a how do I do
Yeah.
this?
The only thing I'll add on
thing.
to that, write it down.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For
So
sure.
talk about it to share, and here's
Yeah.
what it is. Here's just those here's things I would like I would love to. And again, depends your perspective of afterlife to some extent.
It's like a craft kit.
Yeah. Because it literally that helps. Because when this person is, I'm hoping, Shannon's a little upset that I've passed. That it's.
For a couple days.
Hey, that counts as a little. Then that counts as the like a reference, almost to that she can throw it at somebody else and they can help.
Absolutely.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's too much.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
For
just
sure, yeah.
Because it always depends on the how, which we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Somebody that not I shouldn't say expecting, but they're any day, that sort of concept.
Yeah.
Makes it slightly simpler than you went to work on the Thursday and you get a call at 11:20 and all that side of the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that side, I know I know that Shannon and I talked about it, but fuck yeah, I got to admit that would be here's the piece of paper.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
Write that shit down. I think they call it a will.
Well, will is more legal.
Oh, right.
This to me is more of the
You just kind of like for your partner.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like here's my
Your
note.
dying wishes.
Open this
Yeah.
when I die kind of thing, right?
that's one thing. Share ahead of time.
Yeah,
And all it says is
make it a
don't
pop-up
forget to
card.
feed the
That's
cat.
the wrong time to make a pop-up card.
Water the
Dad! So here's what you're going to do.
That's what I
beat
want to be. I want to be a jack in the box. So take the top half of my body, screw it to a giant
Yeah.
spring,
I love it.
and then when people come to my grave, they have to crank
That's
it.
great. That's great.
That's a cycle of
That's what I
sadness.
want.
I love
That's
it.
what I want.
I will say that is actually very unique. I've never heard this perspective ever.
No.
I'm sure
I'm going to bring that up at some point in the future. That'll come up on a
Be
podcast.
mummified in some way for it to be effective. Right?
Yeah.
An arm doesn't fall off the second time.
Yeah.
And you need to have them like wavy so that way, it's a more effective surprise out of the Jack of the Box.
Or you take one of those big fans and just kind of stuff me on, and it could be a wacky, waving, inflatable, flailing arm man.
Yeah, I love it. That's
Right?
great. Yeah.
Going out of business.
Now I'm thinking of ways I
Out
want
of
it.
business. But anyway.
Went out of business.
No more funeral home. Okay, that's enough. Anyways.
That'll really like timestamp kind of the era in which you died.
Right? That too. That's
In the future,
he
they're
was
gonna
a
be like,
child of the.
yeah,
So true. Yeah.
that was great.
Oh man, that's where you got. Have you always been obsessed with like cemeteries and things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just I don't know. I just find it really fascinating that we only get to do this once, as far as we know, in this body, in this life, in London,
Gotcha.
Ontario. Like,
Sure.
this is kind of a one and go with these dynamics, and it's also very freeing. Like reminding ourselves that we're dying.
Yeah.
Just like let a lot of the other like little stuff go. Like you're gonna be dead. People are gonna forget you. Like whatever weird thing you did. And so it's really allowed. I mean, I've done some pretty like bizarre things in my life.
A lot of bizarre.
And because who's gonna remember?
Right.
And people now don't even remember. So
true.
it's like when I'm dead, as long as you're not hurting anybody, like this is your life. This is this is all you get.
Right.
Use it. Like I want to be all used up when I'm done. Like not like all like raggedy, but like I want
You want to be the creepy old lady?
like all my ideas, all my love, all my
Gotcha.
energy. Like
Yeah.
I only get to do this once, guys.
Yeah, you want it out there. I feel you.
You only
It's
get
a
to do
very
this
nice
once.
perspective.
True.
The only caveat I'm going to toss out there is kids or everybody nowadays has a lot harder because phones and recordings.
Totally.
Yeah,
Right.
when we think of some of the things we did when we were younger.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good
Thank
lord!
God.
Nowadays,
Oh,
yeah.
recording devices that stay around forever.
Oh yeah, there's a few times
that's awful.
when I've said, I'm glad there weren't.
Oh God, yes.
I think
many
all of us
cell
that were on the cusp of
Yes,
that are
yes.
like, oh
Yeah.
So many things.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
But no, I
Yeah.
actually, it's a good perception. I guess, it's just one of those things. My only worry about that way of viewing life, I guess, is the way I'll explain this, is it. And we've already kind of alluded to it. That other side of, oh my God, it's 7:00 and I did nothing today. Oh my God, my life. Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a balance. It's a balance of like nothing matters, everything's
Everything
important.
matters.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
It's trying to not be a nihilist, but
Mm-hmm.
knowing, we're all gonna die. I think thinking that way is healthy for the ego.
But if you're choosing
so,
to do
yeah.
that and you're enjoying what you do,
Yeah. If you
Oh,
did,
no.
So if you're sitting on your ass and always you can't. Oh well, if
Playing
that's what
GTA.
if that's what you choose to
5
do,
again.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
if that's what you choose to do, yeah.
And you know what? If you die, like that's the other thing is like when you die, you don't maybe know. I mean, I'm going to say maybe because I don't know how everyone feels about things. But like,
Sure.
to be
Don't
honest, like if I wasted today and I thought, I wasted today and I died in my sleep, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from conversations and memes on the internet, like we know the regrets of the dying and the things that they wish they'd done less of and done more of. And
Yeah, that's human life.
so, I mean, that's kind of just in our own way thinking like, am I putting too much energy into things that don't really matter? If I don't
the
get
answer is yes.
to work
Oh, yeah.
until I'm 65 and retire, if I don't get a retirement, am I living enough of my life now?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there's no answer.
No.
That's the beauty of life.
No.
Is that
No.
one person might be like, no, screw this. I'm not going to save any money. Ends up living till they're 106.
Yeah,
The guy that was doing the nest egg, 64, and unfortunately
Yeah.
fell down the stairs or something.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's life.
yeah,
Keep on rolling.
That's
Yeah.
life.
yeah.
So they say. Good song.
Keep on keeping on.
That's a good
Yeah.
song too.
Let the good times roll.
Yeah, that's a pretty good song.
Keep on trucking.
No, it's not a good
I'll
song.
pass on the
I
truck.
think
I
that's
have
a
to admit.
song.
Is it?
Is that a song?
Yeah,
That's
it
probably
is.
a song.
Sure, a song.
Yeah.
I think I heard it in GTA 5.
Rock and roll all night and part of every day.
Yeah, and part of
I'm
every day.
old now,
That's
so
right.
I have to have a
Can't-
nap in between.
That's right.
So it's only part of every day.
Like usually at noon you have your nap, and then
Yeah.
you party
And then
for
more-
the
yeah.
part of the day. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah. But rock and roll definitely all night.
for sure,
100%.
Yeah. Never stop rock and
No.
rolling at night.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's always rocking and or rolling.
And
Yes.
never stops.
Actually, I'm fairly ecstatic. I have to admit when I'm sleeping, so I'm told. Yeah, I don't roll or move or anything.
Then you're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right.
You're not rock and rolling, man.
You're not rock and rolling.
You're like
yeah.
easy listening over there.
Yeah.
You're like
I have to
you're like
say-
Neil Sedaka.
easy or like jazz. Easy.
I
listening.
love.
yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to call it out. I love, especially that late night lie down, get the jazz, and I'll poke up my phone and play silly little brain games.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
So he's
Maybe a
Harry Connick Jr.
Little
And I
fibble
look-
of wine.
no alcohol, no drugs even. I'm just lying there, and then of course the kids run upstairs. What are you doing in bed, Father? It's only 9:00. I'm living. I'm going to play this now. I'm
right.
happy doing this.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. We spend so much wasted energy on just doing for things that we don't really care about. Putting death in perspective, I think, helps you to be like, maybe put some of this stuff aside and get to whatever we find is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great line in one of my favorite songs by Cake. Called Sheep Go to Heaven, and it's like as soon as you're born you start dying. That's always helped my perspective on life.
So I have a son named Beckett, and he was named after Samuel Beckett, who was an Irish playwright who wrote on it was like black humor, and he wrote a lot about like the comedy of death and life.
Yeah.
And so when Beckett was coming into the world, I wanted to put in his nursery like life, there was no cure for that. This is like a Samuel Beckett line.
Nice.
And there's so many of them that are just so funny.
Yeah.
And it just, I think it's worth laughing about. I
Oh,
think
for
death
sure.
is worth laughing about.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite quote of the day is, why are we all taking life so seriously? None of us make it out alive anyway.
Yeah.
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
it's true. Everyone's putting up buildings and shit. Why? Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. You're not going to be here soon. Yeah.
No, there's only
Yeah.
3 things that are sure in life. You have to eat. You have to pay taxes. You have to die.
Well, you only have to
You
pay
have to pay
taxes because
taxes.
some fucking
There's
stupid
4.
idiot
Eat
said we did.
water taxes.
Right.
and
No, you drink water. You don't eat water.
You could try
You
eating
have
water.
to
Ice
eat
cubes.
food.
If you eat water,
Drink
it's called
water.
chewing on ice cubes.
Yeah, that's healthy
Ice
too. It's
chips,
fine.
yeah. That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nutrients.
Break it down. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
Birth, taxes, deaths. Good times. Anyway,
Awkward.
Yeah.
Awkward moment party. Yeah. Yeah. Coffee and death. Love it.
Coffee and death.
This is what's surrounding your life right now.
Yeah. So where that goes, I don't know. I imagine
one of them is guaranteed.
Coffee for dead people.
Oh, there we go. That's a,
Wake
there's
the
a-
dead.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I imagine because my previous life before coffee and this podcast was public speaking, like I just imagine having like a very experiential, like large group of people and talking about death. And I just imagine being like, you know, say to the person beside you, like, I'm sorry you're dying. Or like, we're all dying. Like, just, I know it sounds so out of this world, but
Makes me laugh 'cause I think
That's a
amazing.
great title for a book. I'm sorry you're dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most Canadian. You can have that if you want it.
Yeah.
You can have that if you ever go to write a book.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry you're
But then
dying.
like subtitle, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Good play.
Yeah. I really want to bring people together and share that real raw remembering that we're dying and then just like send them out into the world and see what happens.
Yeah. Good seeds of
I
death.
bet, you know what? I
Planting
probably should
the
get some
seeds of death.
insurance, some really, get some waiver signs.
Well, I was also
I'm thinking like
when
you
you
should
go
give
to
out cards to the suicide helpline.
it's more of when you go to present this, you might want to change some of your tone of voice a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But that's, I mean, this is where ideas start. Then you say them out loud and you see where they land.
Oh.
That was it. Imagine we died on the show.
Could have died. Yeah, that would have
Yeah.
been a show.
You could.
Could you imagine?
Is it okay?
It should be fine.
It's got my hair, but that's
Oh
okay.
no, Dave, fix it. You're,
okay.
you're there.
Sorry,
Is
guys.
it good?
It's
Get
okay.
up.
No, you don't
Yeah.
need to be sorry.
No,
Sorry,
This place
not
is
sorry.
Sorry,
haunted.
not sorry.
Spooky.
it is. It is.
Not sorry.
Spooky ghosts.
It is. There's
Yeah.
spooky ghosts all over the place.
All over
Yeah.
this, yeah.
Everywhere.
You know what? I did a podcast with an anthropologist the other day.
Yay, Dave Butt.
And when I was watching it back, there was this like white light that just came in behind her.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. So
Do you have thoughts on the afterlife, or do people stay as ghosts or specters or anything like that?
you know what? There's so many weird things that have happened in my life. I would say I would not be surprised.
Okay.
Nothing
All
surprises
What about
me.
Yeah.
Class 9 free floating?
Vapors.
So the community center that I ran was out of this old farmhouse
You wanna shout 'em out?
mansion. The Hive London.
right. Yeah, the Hive Lemon.
Yes, it has died.
Oh, is it gone now?
Because of I just couldn't keep it going through
it's
the
a real
pandemic.
shame.
But it was in this house. It was actually where the first Farmer's Almanac in Canada started. It ran for
cool.
99 years on this property in London, Ontario.
Wow.
So it was like a mansion from I think it was built in 1890. And lots of stuff happened in this house. And we had a seance there once. And so someone came, and it was like a public thing, so it wasn't really about us; it was about the guests. But then at the end, she said, "Do you want to know like what I have like seen and heard in the house?" And we were like, "Sure." So she tells us all these stories, and like all of us who worked out of this space had experiences, but we didn't tell each other because it was like, you know, gotta be cool, be cool.
embarrassing,
Yeah. But so she'd be like, "Oh, Lisa, you have these two children that like hang outside your door," and she's like, "I do," and we're like, "You have children outside your door?" And she's telling us all these stories, and like we were like, I mean, I get goosebumps now because we were just like, "What?" And so it was never the same after, except like what was nice was we had names. We had names for these people.
Yeah.
When the lights would flicker, we'd be like, "Thanks, Lois," and like when that weird like rotten boot smell would come from like behind the stairs, we'd be like, "Okay, it's like so and so watching the land," but. You know, it had its own energy that it was like unexplainable.
Yeah.
Ghosts, spirits, energy, bad electrical wiring. I don't know.
That's how you
All
get
the
that.
above.
All
Like
boots, yeah.
it's fun to think that there's something else.
Agreed. Yeah.
Just as long as they're not dicks.
Yeah, no dick ghosts.
I don't like ghosts that
I
are dicks.
fucking hate
Polterdicks.
poltergeists. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a good movie. Oh, I mean, movie.
That's a good. Yeah, you could go both two ways with
Good,
that.
yeah. Well, you know,
I'm sure they've
use
gone
the
the
title
one way
for
with it
both.
already.
That's, yeah.
I'm gonna say if you want to whip out your Google and
no
look that up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Poltergeist has been made definitely
a movie.
a porn.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If Edward Penis Hands is a porn, Poltergeist is a porn. That's all I'm saying.
Probably somewhere that shows them as a double feature.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Right?
I'm sure.
I'm just waiting for the comment on this entire podcast about, no, it's not in use, but I'm claiming that title.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You better go home and make it right away.
Yeah.
Right away. Yeah.
Go do that.
Start on the screenplay.
Ectoplasm. Fucking goes.
Everywhere. Oh my god.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think there's other things living with us that were once alive and now are dead?
I'm one of the annoying no people.
Mhm,
No.
mhm.
Moment of light, then that's it.
Light switch on off. That's
That's
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a. It has to be proven.
Mm.
So, but to the point where it's like Ghost has to write a note.
Yeah. So like
Has to like pick it up and say, "Hi, I'm a ghost and I am here."
Like Patrick Swayze in Ghost.
Okay. Or, well,
I would take the penny if that ever happened where I saw a floating penny. All right.
you
Yeah,
two are getting
yeah.
haunted tonight for sure.
Yeah.
hey, that's cool.
Yeah. Harvey, what do you think?
I'm like you. I think life's more fun when you believe in
Yeah.
that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I say, why
Yeah.
the hell not? I've had a number of experiences that I can't explain.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened. Maybe it's all in my head. At the end of the day, it's made my life that much more entertaining.
Yes.
I'm going to continue to believe in such
I
directions.
mean, I
'cause
don't,
who
I
knows,
don't not,
right?
but I don't do.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
on the.
Yeah.
I'm a
But, like,
complete.
I'm open. I'm open to the idea of if it were ever to happen,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna get an old ambulance and live in a firehouse.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Call yourself where he stands, and
No,
I get to be Egon.
okay. that's
Actually,
fine.
no. Let's be honest. I'm
You're
Venkman. Yeah. For sure, yeah.
And you're the lady at the front.
That's right. You're the lady at the front. Yeah.
All right.
Janine.
yes.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's our extent of understanding ghosts as Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Yeah. A million times
Everything
over.
I've
That's
learned about ghosts, I learned from Ghostbusters.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was always upset that the guy that actually freed all those poor captured ghosts that were in the machine got in trouble at the end of the movie.
Why?
He was trying to free them. They were captured in a machine.
That's true.
That's true.
I'll give him that.
He was, yeah, he
I'll
was
give him that.
he was a freer of ghost slaves.
He
Like,
was.
He was. Like,
Yes, the
one could
Ghostbusters
say-
captured them.
One
put
could
them in
say
a
he was
container.
their Abraham Lincoln. Really, he was.
Oh, I don't know if I
I'm
give-
going to suggest we go somewhere else.
Oh, I was gonna go more recent than Abraham Lincoln.
Oh no!
But
I went all the way back.
I'll leave Mr. Trump alone.
Yeah, what?
As soon as you tell them to stop, no, they'll just go in.
Yeah, it's harder. It makes it harder.
Worse.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like the idea that there's stuff going on around us, and I think it's funny that humans believe like emphatically one way or the other. Like we're very young and infantile
Yes.
in our existence, as well as our history, and as well as our lives. We're only here, if we're lucky, 100 years. That's a real lucky,
Super lucky.
super
That's
lucky.
only if you smoke like 3 packs a day and live in China.
right, exactly. Then you can live to be 100.
Yeah,
exactly.
apparently.
But because we're so, we're young, I guess is the best way to put it. We're just so uninformed, and the people that act like they're informed, it's like, how the fuck do you know, right? How do you don't know? But
That's kind of how I think about UFOs.
yeah,
Like again, I'm not like, oh yeah, there's aliens, but I'd have to kind of be arrogant as a human being to think that there's a quadrillion galaxies and we're the only planet with some form of life.
Yeah.
right,
I can't say intelligent,
for sure.
but some form of life.
So,
Right? Like it's
yeah, we
so-
like to
so
think
it's
of
kind of
ourselves as an intelligent life, but
It's kind of the same thing. Like, yeah, ghosts, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
E.T.
Yeah, to me, those are two
maybe.
very different things. But
E.T.
Oh, they are. They're
E.T.
different realms.
Sorry, E.T. I hope. Ghosts. Yeah, maybe.
Well, if like ghosts brought me riches and wisdom and stuff, like,
If
oh,
it was-
that'd be amazing.
If it was like that show Ghosts, where I hit my noggin and then I could see ghosts,
yeah,
that
then
would be cool.
that what if though?
I'd rather the movie Ghost personally. But
You want Patrick Swayze to do pottery with you?
Just Patrick.
just
Just
Patrick
Patrick.
Swayze?
Patrick Swayze.
just pay
You
it
want Patrick
back, yeah.
Swayze just to be like,
Oh, doesn't
yeah,
Whoopi Goldberg die in that one too?
No, she doesn't.
No,
die.
she's
She's
just a
died?
medium.
Oh,
No,
she died.
she's the medium. Yeah,
She's a medium.
Yeah.
Definitely not Sixth Sense ghosts.
No,
those
fuck
are
those
scary
ghosts.
ghosts.
They're way
Those are
scary.
scary ghosts.
I don't want
No,
those ghosts in my
no.
life. No way.
Never.
That's scary.
I think you get whatever ghosts you believe in.
That's true.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
So just don't
That's
believe
good.
in those ones.
So believe in cute little
Slimer.
anime Pokemon type ghosts. There you go.
That's right. That's exactly
That's actually creepier
Ghost
in some ways.
Pikachu.
That is creepier. Just dead Pokemon falling around everywhere. Oh
I
my
don't know,
god.
that throws me off.
Like, oh, Pikachu with the lightning bolt through his. Okay, that's
Well,
enough.
see, but
All
that's just what she's saying. It's what you see,
Yeah.
right? I'm not going to envision them with like eyeballs falling out or like limping and wanting to eat my brains and shit.
right. Maybe you will.
No.
Did you do shrooms?
Well, now that we've talked about it,
Yeah, now that's in my head. I'm gonna see them.
everywhere. Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah. So yeah, ghosts are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do you want to talk about?
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
See the new South Park? No.
oh, here we
I'm
go.
just kidding. I'm kidding.
So my son watches South Park.
That a boy.
And at first I was like, no. And then I was like, there's so much learning,
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like-
a good mom right there.
right? There is so much
Hell yeah.
in every single episode to talk about, to then like digress to like YouTube videos and articles and like,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
like, yeah, we learn all sorts of things on there.
The creators are very smart men who have a very immature sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it's so great.
I actually will give that credit. I will.
Yeah, that's why I think
Very
it's such
smart, very rich man.
a very smart, very rich man. Yeah,
Very smart, very rich.
very smart, very rich. Yes.
Yeah, I actually had no idea it was still going.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was something from, the early 2000s that we sort of grew up. And then I just,
yeah,
no.
yeah. No, they just
No,
signed
and that's how they
ridiculous
stay.
deal.
That's how they stick around. Is exactly by what you're saying. Is
Yeah.
actually having some form of poignant
Mhm.
thing
Yeah.
going on in the background 98%
Yeah.
of the time. Sometimes they have a stupid episode that's just like the corn episode.
Oh yeah,
The corn Halloween episode was stupid. There was no point to that episode.
No.
Stan and Kyle learned nothing
No,
in that
that's true.
episode.
They did that because they got corn in the show. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like, oh, we got to put something around corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, spooky
Yeah.
ghosts. Okay.
Scooby Doo.
I always love how you guys not only bring up the show constantly, you always bring up how much you hate that episode every time.
South Park.
The
How
South
much
Park.
the South
South
Park,
Park.
your South Park.
The South Park.
What? I always say your South Park. What do you
It's
want?
South Park.
It's your South Park.
Go down to South Park and have ourselves a good time.
would say South Park.
But it's South Park.
Like Foo Fighters.
It is the Foo
South
Fighters.
The South Park. The Foo Fighters are
The
playing.
South Park and the Foo Fighters. What?
I love
That's
it.
good.
So good.
You make me cry. So funny.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, we always bring up South Park.
In that episode.
Yeah.
that does come up often.
Oh, hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Scientology.
No.
I just had to throw it out there.
Almost.
Yeah, he's upset. Well, we both are, but he's like really obsessed with Scientology.
In what way?
Well, he's about to join. He's got a high.
Speaking of which,
feet count.
would you like to come for a free personality test? I have a movie for you to watch.
Tell her. Yeah, tell her about your
It's
obsession.
just I'm just fascinated by
Yeah.
how it exists,
Hmm.
how it could possibly. Because I grew up Catholic and everything. I get, regardless of if I don't believe in that kind of thing anymore. But regardless of Jesus was still a guy. I do believe that he walked around saying, "Hey, don't be a dick."
Mhm.
That's as far as I'll give it. But the whole Scientology thing's another animal altogether, and it's wrong. It's not okay. And that
But
just
you can't stop looking at
it's
it.
kind of like the serial killer thing, or like learning
yeah.
about murderers, right? It's
Yeah.
like, for me, cults are like, how can people become involved in something that's so blatantly
Mhm.
wrong?
Yeah.
Right.
Faith is so powerful.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
again, like we talked about the Catholic Church. You can give money if you want.
Yeah.
If you don't, you still get to go to sermons. You still get to participate. You still get to do whatever. Scientology, no.
Ah,
Like
I don't know anything.
you
about
have to pay money to belong.
Mm.
And it's just a lifetime of debt, and
Yeah.
they just
That's
take your
awful.
money and keep you away from family members depending on how far you are into the
Yeah.
like we could all be parishioners of Scientology and not
Which we are.
well No, that's Christian Science.
Oh, Christian Science. My bad.
But and not have to participate as much. But then when you get into it, it's like people are being separated from family members, or if they're leaving, these family members don't want to talk to them, and they're not allowed to, and it's just it ruins lives more so than your stereotypical jokes about the Catholic Church or this, that, and the other thing. Right? It's just it's wrong, and it's wrong. I find, and I've gotten into it. Mormons, it's almost the same idea of control.
Just 100 years earlier.
It's the fact that these people, how do you voluntarily give up control, and not even to a higher God or Jesus or anything like that, to a living human being that is an abusive person? Like it's, you can see this. It's just no. It's not happening. It's fascinating. So yeah.
Well, it's amazing how that theme is just in so many areas of our life. Children who are abused by their parents still love their parents. They'll still protect their parents. Relationships, like it's even one of the uses of gangs is to look to people who don't feel like they belong to something, and to give them that sense of belonging. At what cost? It doesn't matter sometimes to people. It's just to feel like you're a part of a human family in some capacity.
And it's cult-like behavior.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's the same. I'm trying to get over here, plug my phone in before it dies.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely the same idea as some form of cult. Like you were into Charlie Manson. That was definitely a cult with one person. That's who you serve. Everything revolves around it. It's not just believe in a higher power, but go about your business. Right. It's believe in a higher power and do it, or you're fucking dead. Literally fucking dead, not figuratively. Because we don't know. Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Is there this? Is there that? No, there's Charlie Manson with a knife who's going to stab you in the eye if you don't go kill these people.
Right.
That's fucked up.
It's people preying on people's desire to want to belong. Like
and we all want it. We can pretend we don't, but we do.
Yeah, we are a communal species, right? We love to get along and be along. Even those that are the most resistant still are looking for some sort of acceptance.
Right?
But when it's so blatantly...
Sorry, I'm laughing at him falling.
When it's so blatantly vile and so blatantly wrong. Like it's
but it's blatant to you.
Yeah, because you're outside looking in, right?
I guess it's thinking with a more logical mind. Again, Jesus was a guy, Buddha was a guy. They both kind of said, "Don't be a dick," right? Maybe it's
girl,
and that's entirely possible too. Maybe this Jesus dude didn't even exist. Right. It was fucking Tommy walking around saying this shit, and it just got whatever. But yeah, it's
fascinating.
I get it on one hand, I don't get it on the other hand. I don't know. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yeah.
But yes, and so that's why I understand your fascination with the whole series.
Yeah, you might like, I just listened to a podcast called Run, Hide, Repeat.
Okay.
And I'm not very good at not giving things away.
I should look into such things.
You should look it up, because I don't know if I can describe it without saying the thing.
Okay.
It's a good
one.
But
it's so good, and it's about is this real or is this not real? And how that a family lives their life in fear of something.
Okay.
And
interesting.
And what parts of that were actually real and what is just someone saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hope I didn't say too much.
No, don't. You're going to spoil it.
Yeah, but it's a true story.
Okay.
It was, I couldn't stop listening to it while I was bagging coffee.
Oh, interesting. That's good. Because I'm starting to... I'm just about finished Mike Render's book. He was like high up in Scientology.
Yeah.
And he's the guy who does the Leah Remini Aftermath show with her. Yeah. It's quite interesting. It's very... It fascinates me that somebody can sit there and say, no, this didn't happen. David Miscavige or Scientology. But you have so many people that have the same accounts of what happened. It's not like the story changes from one person to another.
Right.
It's like you have 150 people saying this happens in Scientology and this happens in Scientology and this happens. But then there's that doesn't happen. How can these people not be trusted over...
But even legally, Sure.
or governmentally.
Well, governmentally,
tax statusly.
I mean, it was advantageous in some way for them to allow them to be a tax-free state. I'm not sure what or how, but I'm assuming there would be
It would have to be because they had it. It was taken away because of all these. Like they were starting to find out things like that. Because they infiltrated the FBI, actually.
There you go.
They're one of their organizations, the Scientology organizations, led by L. Ron Hubbard's wife, went into the FBI with like fake credentials and everything. And then they were like, no, you don't get tax exempt status. But then in 97, they were like, here you go, have it again.
I'm going to guess they probably give a lot of money to whomever it is that makes such decisions.
Yeah. Or to something.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all sucky.
Hey, Dave, Scientology.
Thank you.
We talked about it.
So cult, death. What are you two into? What gets you going?
See, we could start a podcast about death cults.
You should, yeah.
Yes.
Right? like
brush
Heaven's
up on
Gate?
do your research on that one. I would
Gate?
love
Oh, yeah.
that'd be
I
awesome.
I'm pretty fascinated by the idea of multi-dimensions. I'm pretty confident that we're living in just one out of however fucking many.
You believe in the multiverse?
I think
do you believe in like timeline
conclusion? That I don't know for sure.
Earth Prime. Yeah,
it's probably more like
616.
Well, I think the scientific explanation is, the best, most logical one is it's based off your decision. So if we're being egotistical here, it's like, so we decided to do this podcast. There's another dimension where we decided not to do this podcast, and we're all off into doing different things.
So Back to the Future timeline.
Yeah.
Timeline split, new timeline.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then all those wave off into other things, whether they're
time tree
times or anything like that. I don't know.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Can you interact with these other dimensions?
I think so, and I think
now that's just fucked up.
No, I think it's possible.
Can you be like, don't like this
Hubbard?
Yeah, whether we can actively do so or not, I'm not sure. But I definitely think we do have the ability.
See
to
now,
do so.
Shrooms help.
They share the fun too.
I'm not going to disagree with you because I can say that I've experienced what we would call deja vu.
Sure, yeah.
Right, where for me it's usually right before I fall asleep. You know that period
of
when
you're sleeping.
Is this in the
ghost category?
Yeah.
You know that period when you sleep and then sometimes you like jerk yourself awake?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I'll have like a deja vu moment where like 2 or 3 days later it'll be like, this happened before, but then this is supposed to happen, but it didn't happen. Could that be the same kind of
Very well
idea, sort of theory? Like,
absolutely.
Like she's saying, I'm sort of interacting with it in a way, but
you may just
not.
be jerking yourself awake too
That's
often.
true. You could be jerking yourself way too often when you're awake.
No, that's ignorant. That's ignorant. No.
Good.
That's bad.
Target hit.
There you go. Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I just play one on the internet. But
good play.
Thanks. But yeah, I'm sure it's all possible. Again, we're very infantile in humanity, so I don't think we know for sure. I just know it's probably happening. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that will be a new frontier is when we figure out how to access such things. You know what that looks like.
So he believes in nonsense. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I do.
I'm kind of there with you. I feel like there's some sort of influence. There's like an influence that either like what you mentioned, like, you know, there's things that I've seen or thought and then it happens.
Sure. Like
even just the basic, you know, thinking of someone and they call you.
Right.
And there's really no
all
reason.
the damn time. That
right?
happens
like, what
all
is that?
the time. Yeah. What
is that just coincidence?
Yeah. My whole life is surrounded by moments like that
Yeah.
where it's like, oh yeah, no, like
It just
when
seems
you
too-
texted me earlier today, like I knew that was coming through. You know, I know we're close and all that jazz, but like, where does that moment come from? Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, all those things happening. I'm sure that's just, you know, coming from another place that we can't understand. Yeah. But I also like believing in all the other stuff, like vampires, werewolves. Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I stop at vampires and werewolves.
I stop at Frankenstein's. You're weird.
No, you're weird. Frankenstein is real, and he's my dad.
Sore mummies.
Mummies. He is my mummy.
Frankenstein's actually more likely than a vampire, to be honest. But
That's
Yeah, that's true.
technically, it's the human body being rebuilt using the technology of the time.
which I mean is
Yes.
happening in one way or another. Yeah.
No, that's a RoboCop.
Yeah, that
I
is.
haven't watched that movie in forever.
I know.
We just watched Terminator 2
Ah,
a week
yes.
ago, and it holds up. It
Yeah.
is still really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed.
For its time, the
Yeah.
special effects are still like, okay, I've seen way worse.
Yeah.
Much later than this.
Yeah.
They did a re-release in theaters like
Ah.
3 years ago, and I went.
Oh, I didn't know that.
First time I saw it in theaters, and I was blown
Yeah,
away.
it's good.
Really impressed. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god,
I
this
saw it in
movie's still
theaters
fucking
like
amazing.
when it came
Really?
out. We snuck in. We went into there was this theater in the States that we went to. It was like a double.
You would have been like 9.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. We went to
Little
sneak
boy.
into like
Actually, wouldn't have been born
maybe
yet
10.
because he's.
Oh, yeah. I thought I did. I actually thought I did the math, but I didn't go far enough.
I'm old. Fuck. 92. Yeah, I would have been like 11.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
No, because you're only 20.
Yeah, right, 19.
26,
Right, yeah. I would have been like
Negative
so I was in my
7.
dad's balls.
I remembered it from my mom's womb.
I remember hearing it, man. No, we bought tickets to one movie and
Oh yeah,
Stuck together.
snuck
the
in.
old
Classic.
switcheroo.
the old sneaky.
Yeah, the old classic.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, it's a good movie. I like it. I enjoy it.
it's good.
It's
Very
It's
good.
the fucking best
It's
movie.
all right. Now Terminator 3,
Oh fuck
so
off!
good.
Don't even
so
talk like
excellent.
that.
Oh, best movie ever.
What's wrong with you?
I just found out there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
If,
yeah.
yeah, depending on your perspective ish.
No, there's
It's like
two.
this too. Yeah, that's right.
It's like Matrix. Some people say there's like 4 or 5.
No,
No,
there's
no,
two.
There's 2.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
two right
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
Yeah.
There's only what
Yeah.
3 Spider-Man movies? Maybe
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe five?
Yeah, I was never a Spider-Man guy.
4. There's like
No.
4 that didn't happen.
There's 2
Right.
3
Batmans.
that didn't
Sure.
happen.
Yeah.
2 Batmans.
I want to know the most surprising
Really?
thing that Dave believes in.
4 Batman.
Oh yeah, I would love to
Yeah.
know that too.
Like,
he believes
what-
in like nothing. He's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
boring.
Like,
as
tell
all
us something
hell.
even when we're going to be like,
Yeah, so unfortunately I'm a nothing guy. I'm afraid there is nothing special. There is no magical anything.
I'm waiting for like a King of the Hill. I believe in family.
No, it's
all
just
I believe in propane.
and we kind of
propane
alluded to it.
accessories.
It's just, yeah, you be happy. You try not to hurt anybody, float your boat, don't sink anybody else's, take care of yourself, and that's it.
yeah.
And this is it. Enjoy it.
I don't
Dave
even know
believes
this.
in knitting.
And mullets.
I do
And
enjoy.
mullets.
So no,
great
there are
mullet.
things in life to certainly enjoy.
And
I do
handlebar
enjoy
mustaches.
my family. I enjoy my wife in more than one way. I
That's how
enjoy
he pointed at me when
knitting.
he said that. Just saying.
Sorry.
I enjoy my wife.
And
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was clear, right?
Okay, yeah.
You.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't
do,
subtle.
do we want to talk about this now?
No, we're not
Chris,
going to
I'm
marital
sorry.
stuff. No,
for
it's okay.
not
It's okay.
just-
Not on the podcast.
Oh,
Chris is your real mother.
wow.
That took a weird turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way.
Okay.
But I
Back
am.
to the question. No, I'm afraid I'm one of those boring. Just no. There is no afterlife. There are no ghosts. There is nothing special. There is no plan. There's no alternates. This is it.
What interests you?
In general,
Yeah, yeah.
I have to admit, yeah, interest me. I guess I will admit that I am interested in hearing people's thoughts on those topics.
That's your fascination?
And in your head, you're like, fools.
I will admit sometimes because it's one of those
Yeah.
things of my perspective again. I have no challenges or issues with people believing in things. Hey, float your boat in the way that makes you happy. Just don't sink anybody else's. I guess that's my only golden rule is
That's good.
it's just that
Yeah.
do what makes you happy, but give your family and your friends the freedom to do what makes them happy. And
Yeah.
that's it. That's all there is to it.
And the
Yeah.
fine art of yarn work.
I do enjoy, yes. To me, again, I have to admit, my old age. What do I enjoy doing on the Saturday afternoon? Is when I can't garden. I will happily sit there and listen to
Nice.
podcasts and stories and
He says all the boring things.
I.
He never says anything fun or exciting. It's always the boring.
I like.
When I'm
sitting-
not gardening, I love knitting.
Making
true.
paper
I
towels.
love it.
Lots of people fantasize about that life.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that is just
They're
it. 'Cause
called prisoners.
I would be a really annoying guy
You can
in
have,
jail.
there's gardens now.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, okay.
You're not allowed to knit
Yeah.
though. You can stab.
Yeah,
people
I'm
with that
sure they
shit.
would say no to the knitting. Because, on
Oh,
Sunday,
yeah.
beautiful
Finger knit.
weather, all that. What did everybody do? They were out partying. I went out for a lovely bike ride, and then I sat in the backyard, and I just...
He tripped out on shrooms, is what he's saying. He
Yeah.
tripped out on
Actually, no.
shrooms.
I was just. It was nice. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. That's a me. Yeah. I'm boring.
I think he's more evolved than us.
Maybe so. He's figured it out.
We're
actually.
new. We're just like, ooh, what is this? And he's just like, I got this.
He's grown that extra thumb.
Do you believe in the existence of alien life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I
he didn't
believe they
believe
have contacted or interacted with us in any way? No.
Have you not seen the documentary E.T.? Have you not seen that?
It is a great movie. I will always love
If it's
that
not a
movie.
documentary, it's based off a true story.
Yeah, I have to admit, it's a beautiful movie. But no, I don't believe. I do think there is other life forms out in this lovely galaxy of ours, but I don't believe we've ever met them. I don't believe there's a secret society.
But how do you explain Area 51?
So wait.
Or the Foo Fighters.
So if an astronaut went to space and like some sort of space bacteria got on them and brought it to brought back to this planet, that wouldn't be
From
alien,
space?
Fucking
alien
Venom?
life,
Like
alien
Venom.
life visiting or like you interacting with alien life.
From
or-
they can't do it technically from space, but if we ever do the lovely Mars landings with an actual human and come back and all that standard things, it is entirely possible. Yes, something does come back with it. That is entirely possible.
space boogers,
Well,
It's
you
like
never
the
know.
Space cows.
space cows.
Yeah, there's grow
Moo.
cows on Mars.
Moo, moo, moo.
Bringing back burgers for people.
Don't think it'd be quite that level.
Martian burgers.
Mick Mars burgers
Yeah.
at participating restaurants.
Are you getting used to the two of them? Yeah.
Us too. All right. Well, should we keep talking or should we maybe wrap this up? What do you guys feel?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down for some rap.
All right. Go ahead.
Freestyle.
No, you go ahead.
No?
No.
You're the one who said you wanted to wrap it
All right,
up.
no, you're the rapper.
Please
I don't
wrap
know
it
where-
up and finish the podcast, or
Yeah,
I'm gonna kick your ass.
we specifically meant wrap up the podcast.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to
all right.
wrap up anything else, Chris.
I have to use the facilities, so don't
I'll
be
be
too
back.
silly.
I'll be back. Pardon?
I have to use the facilities,
All right,
so don't
okay.
be too silly. No, I'm still
Okay,
freestyle.
sorry, my bad. I don't want to interrupt
This
your
is
freestyle.
all off the top of my dome, okay?
Okay, keep going.
Your dome is
Jeez.
looking very neat tonight. Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, looking good. Yeah.
I sucked it all back in.
That's
It's like one of those Play-Doh things in reverse.
it's your morning meditation. Let's go back in today. Love it. All right. All right. And you out there.
Oh my word.
What'd you think of our podcast? What'd you think of Jenna? Tell us all about Convencia.
There might be two different perspectives.
For sure.
She was the interesting one. You guys suck. That's what
That's what's gonna happen for sure. Now we want to hear your thoughts about everything that we had to chat about today. So please let us know. Check out Convencia. You can find it online. We'll have links up in our description, as well as We Are All Dying, the podcast. You can find it everywhere podcasts.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Yep. She did something we didn't. We're not an Apple, but we'll talk about that later. But please check out our podcast.
Care.
I know you don't. Check out our podcast and comment on our comments and on our Discord server. We are going to try to convince Jenna to join our Discord server. See if we get how far we get on
Just
that.
join us.
That's right. Just join us. Just join us.
Just
Join us.
just pretend you know what you're doing,
That's right.
like I do, and then don't do anything.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just download it, kind of. Yeah, I got it on my phone. Yeah, Discord. Yeah, right.
That's
yeah.
my WhatsApp. I have WhatsApp and I just.
Yeah,
Nothing.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we want to hear from you. Keep this conversation going. Please let us know your thoughts on everything we talked about in our fun conversation. If you like what we're doing, we got ourselves a little buy me a coffee link. You want to throw us a buck, pay for
I
some
should do
bubblies, or maybe helps us pay for the lights. That'd be greatly appreciated. And if not, just keep listening for the fun. Outside of that, we want you to know that if you've got any concerns in the world of mental health, we just want you to know you're not alone. Everybody feels that way in this world, and it's important to talk about that stuff because you matter, not just to us, but to those who are around you. So please, if you can't find anybody to talk to in your vicinity, we're going to have some links to find the help that you might need within our description. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
I'm the Dave.
I'm the AJs.
Nice.
And
I'm Jenna Goodhand.
And just like that, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thanks so much for joining us. Jenna, thanks so much for hanging out with us. This has been the best. So much fun. Please come back. Please, please, please.
Lots of fun. If maybe, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Thanks again. Peace.
Take care, all.
Bye now.